What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global here, back with another video, and in this one, the rumors are continuing as the New England Patriots supposedly are in contact with the Denver Broncos in regards to wide receiver Jeudy and wide receiver Courtland Sutton. Now, according to Matt Corder, which I hope I'm saying that right, he says the Patriots have spoken to the Broncos in regards to both Jeudy and Courtland Sutton, and he also goes as far as to say that the Denver Broncos seem pretty set on trading one of those guys. At the trade deadline just back in October for the 2022 season, Jeudy was actually on the trade block. Denver was only asking for what was reported as a second and fifth round pick, but no teams were budging. Now, unfortunately, we don't know if that drops his stock now or if their asking price is the same or higher, because obviously they have a different head coach. Now they have Sean Payton in the building, the former Saints head coach who won a Super Bowl with them, took them to the playoffs year after year. It's a different culture there now, but it looks like he is set on trading one of three wide receivers: Jeudy, Courtland Sutton, and I'm even hearing KJ Hamler's name out there a little bit also. But I haven't heard anything about KJ Hamler reported back involvement with the Patriots. Obviously, right now, everything is just rumors. Nothing is set. It doesn't say a deal is in place, anything like that. But the Patriots are at least doing due diligence to get wide receiver help. We know they're in on Hopkins. We know that they're apparently in here now with the Denver Broncos on one of these wide receivers. The Patriots are trying to get wide receiver help. They just have to come out on top compared to other teams. Let me tell you, starting off here with Jeudy, if you can get Jeudy for like a second and fifth, or if you can get him for less than that, I think that that is a really good value pick that the Patriots have to jump on. And obviously, like I said, at the trade deadline last year, no teams were willing to give up even a second to fifth round. I don't see that asking price escalating drastically by any way, shape, or form, because if no team was willing to give a second and fifth at the trade deadline, nothing has changed to the point where a team's going to give up a first round pick. Now, Jeudy was one of the several wide receivers that went in the first round of the 2020 NFL draft, and he didn't go late. He actually went pretty high. He was selected by the Denver Broncos in the first round with the 15th overall pick. Coming from Alabama, it would make a lot of sense, ties back to the Patriots. Now, obviously, a little bit of a familiarity between Jeudy and Mac Jones, just a little bit. And while there isn't any correlation between Bill O'Brien and Jeudy, still coming from Alabama, a Nick Saban-led offense, there's a lot of ties and a lot of similarities, obviously, between Bill Belichick, Nick Saban, Alabama, and the New England Patriots. It really could be a match made in heaven, and I think that the Patriots could get way more out of Jeudy than the Denver Broncos have been able to. Now, obviously, with that being said, I mean, he was selected first round, 15th pick overall. You would think that a team would be interested in even just a second and fifth round pick, or even just a second round pick, and teams have not been able to, and that really comes down to his statistics. For the first 3 seasons of his career, he's not done a whole lot. He hasn't posted a 1,000-yard season at all, which are making teams hesitant on, hey, is this a wide receiver one or not? You're not going to give up a first round pick or demand high quality for a player in return when there's question marks on if that player is a true wide receiver one or not. Now, Jeudy, his first season in the NFL in 2020, he was targeted 113 times, but only 52 receptions, 856 yards, 16 yards per reception, and 3 touchdowns. In 2021, he was targeted a total of 56 times, 38 receptions, 467 yards, 12.3 yards per reception, 0 touchdowns. And then this past year, he was targeted 100 times, 67 receptions, 972 yards. His best season so far with Russell Wilson, 14.5 yards per reception, and 6 touchdowns. And I mean, here, look, in Jeudy's defense, the Denver Broncos over the last few years have really ridden this wave of just straight mediocrity. Whether that was Drew Lock being their quarterback, or even last year with Russell Wilson, taking a gigantic step back, being one of the worst teams in the National Football League, and Russell Wilson easily looking like a below-average quarterback. He comes to New England, and I think it's an entirely different circumstance. Out of all of the wide receivers that the Broncos are open to trading, the one with the highest upside is easily Jeudy. He's still also on that rookie contract with that 5th-year option still available to be picked up. He's going to be headed into the 4th year of his 4-year contract, and again, that 5th-year option is still there, but if a team does trade for him, they do have to decide on that. Jeudy is the type of guy that easily should have been a breakout wide receiver in a good system, in a consistent system, with a system that knows how to utilize a rookie wide receiver. Fortunately, he went to the Broncos, who, again, straight mediocrity and had no idea what they were doing. Jerry Jeudy is really everything you would hope for in a wide receiver, and he would be the perfect Patriots wide receiver. He brings height to play on the perimeter, nothing crazy, but 6'1", 193 pounds, so definitely brings that ideal size. He ran a pretty good 40 time also. Nothing super fast, but it's quickness that you have to respect if you're a defense. He ran a 4.45 40-yard dash. He also just runs really good routes. He has really impressive top end speed. Again, a guy that can do it all. He's not just a guy you're going to put as a perimeter guy. He's not just a speedster. He's not just a technician that worked within the short to intermediate route. He's really every one of those little things put together. Like I said before, when it comes to that speed, defenses, especially safeties over the top, they do have to respect Jerry Jeudy. He has really good release. He looks really good off the line of scrimmage with his acceleration. He has really good speed within his routes also, but he's also a really good route runner. He has a lot of different techniques that he uses to get in and out of his routes. Now, he's not anything crazy in terms of 50-50 ball catches. He's not like, a Devontae Parker or anything like that, but he does still have the ability to catch 50-50 balls. I think he has a really good catch radius also. So again, you put all these things together and it just sounds like a perfect Patriots wide receiver. My only real issue with Jerry Jeudy is his issue with drops at times. Even in college, he had some issues with drops. He can be a little inconsistent at times, but I do still think that there is a lot about Jerry Jeudy that is still unlocked. And the Patriots haven't necessarily been known for developing wide receivers, but I think come in, working with Mac, again, playing at Alabama, you can talk to Nick Saban, Belichick can kind of get the best out of him. I think it goes hand in hand together there. And I just think the Patriots could truly get that 1,000-yard receiver that Jerry Jeudy is and really make him that number one guy. Obviously, this move wouldn't be like adding a DeAndre Hopkins or really just a guy that's a proven wide receiver one. It does come with some risk, but a young guy that could be your wide receiver one for several years and you could get for less than a first-round pick, you can't argue with this one. Now, as for somebody like Courtland Sutton, this is a guy that I actually really like also. This is a guy that throughout his entire career with Denver, I've really liked. The only thing about him is that I'm not sure he's a wide receiver one. I think if you trade for him, you're pushing your luck that he will be a wide receiver one, and you're pushing your luck that it could be another situation where it's a redundant number two wide receiver. Now, I do think he is a lot more splashy than somebody like a Jacoby Myers if, let's say, he leaves. He's definitely an upgrade over what the Patriots have at receivers, and he's an upgrade in terms of what the Patriots have had as a wide receiver two, but as a true number wide receiver one, is he that guy? I just don't know if I can see it, but this isn't a move that I would hate if the Patriots still made it. I would just prefer Jerry Jeudy. Now, Courtland Sutton was originally drafted by the Broncos in the second round of the 2018 draft. He's currently 27 years old, and he brings a build that I actually really, really like. 6'4", this is your outside perimeter guy. You want a big perimeter wide receiver, well, that guy's right here for you. He's not going to kill you with his speed. He's more of a technician. He's a really good route runner, works really well with getting in and out of his routes, which is really the name of his game. Like I said, I think he'd be good for the Patriots, just redundant in reference to what they already have. Because like I said, there's not a whole lot of speed to him. In terms of him versus Jeudy, Jeudy is the faster and quicker receiver. Courtland Sutton is definitely on the slower end, but can still make plays, but ran about a 4.54 40-yard dash. Now, in terms of contract for Courtland Sutton, if the Patriots did trade for him, they'd have him locked up for a few years. He'd be a free agent in 2026, meaning they have him locked up through 2025. That contract is a little pricey, though, especially for someone to be a true wide receiver one for you. In terms of 2023, he's going to have a base salary of $14 million and an overall cap number of $18.2 million. In 2024, he's going to have a base salary of $13 million and a cap number of $17.3 million. And then in 2025, he'll have a base salary of, again, $13 million, actually going to be $13.5 million, and he's going to have a cap number of $17.8 million. So again, a great player, but a very hefty contract if he's not going to be a true wide receiver one. But because of that, because he is a little bit older, again, 27 years old, And that contract is definitely up there for not a true wide receiver one. I don't think that asking price is going to be anything too crazy, and it very well could be less compared to what the asking price for Jerry Jeudy is going to be. In terms of numbers for Courtland Sutton, he's put up similar numbers compared to Jerry Jeudy, except Courtland Sutton was actually voted to a Pro Bowl in 2019, a year in which he put up a total of 1,112 yards. He was targeted 124 times that year with 72 receptions along with 6 total touchdowns. If we want to look at the past couple of seasons, this past year, he put up a total of 829 yards with 2 touchdowns, averaging 13 yards per reception. In 2021, he was targeted a total of 98 times, 58 receptions, 776 yards, with a total of 2 touchdowns. And then even his rookie year put up pretty respectable numbers. He put up 704 yards and 4 touchdowns from 84 targets and 42 receptions. So a guy that is definitely productive, definitely gets the job done. But again, is he a true wide receiver one? That's the question. Only put up 1 season with 1,000 yards or more. I definitely do think that the Denver Broncos are going to listen to offers for all of their wide receivers because they have one of the best trios in the National Football League, but they have a lot of wide receivers that can get the job done. Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick, Courtland Sutton, KJ Hamler. That's 4 wide receivers there that are very productive. You don't need all those guys, and not all of those guys are going to be able to get the job done. Not to mention the fact that you have a new head coach in Sean Payton. Like I mentioned before, he brought none of these guys in. He's going to want to build a new system and bring his own guys in. So I expect at least one of those guys to get traded. But what are your guys' thoughts on the rumors that the Patriots are interested in Denver Broncos wide receivers, Jerry Jeudy and Courtland Sutton, and which guy would you trade for? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video, and of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. I appreciate you guys for watching. We're just getting started, baby, and go Pats.